We are absolutely swimming in data these days, right? So how in the world do you find the real story in all that noise? Well, that's what we're digging into today, the fundamentals of data visualization. It's really the art of turning a giant mountain of numbers into a story that's clear, compelling, and actually makes sense.
You know that feeling, right? You open a spreadsheet and it's just this wall of rows and columns. It just stares back at you. At first glance, it tells you literally nothing. It's a problem we all face. But you know what? The solution is actually way more intuitive than you might think.
And that solution, that secret weapon, is data visualization. Think of it like a bridge. It connects that raw, kind of messy world of data to the clean, clear world of human understanding. It's how we translate the language of spreadsheets into stories that we can see, grasp, and act on, like instantly.
Okay, so what is it about a picture that makes it so much more powerful than just a bunch of numbers? Let's break down exactly why turning our data into visuals is so incredibly important.
Well, it really just boils down to a few huge advantages. For starters, visuals are amazing at showing you patterns and trends that would stay totally hidden in a table. And once you see that pattern, you can communicate it with such clarity. That in turn totally speeds up decision-making because suddenly everyone gets it. They're on the same page. And maybe best of all, it transforms a really dry report into an engaging story that people will actually, remember.
Oh, I love this quote from the statistician John Tukey because it just gets right to the heart of it all. See, visualization isn't just about proving something you already think you know. The real magic is in that surprise discovery, that aha moment, when the picture forces you to see a connection you never, ever would have thought to look for.
But here's the thing, not all visuals are created equal. And that's because they don't all have the same job. So before you even think about making a chart, you've got to ask yourself one huge question. Who is this for? Is it for you, the person analyzing the data? Or is it for them, your audience? Getting this right is absolutely everything.
This brings us to what I like to call the two fundamental missions of data viz. Are you exploring the data, trying to find an answer for yourself? Or are you explaining a finding you've already uncovered to someone else? Your answer is going to completely change how you build your visual.
So here's how that really breaks down. When you're in exploratory mode, your goal is pure discovery. The audience, it's just you. The style can be raw, it can be fast, it can be messy. You might make a dozen charts just to see if anything interesting pops out. But when you shift to explanatory mode, your goal becomes communication. Your audience is now your boss, your stakeholders, maybe even the public. And that means your style has to be polished, super focused, and incredibly clean. You found the needle in the haystack. Now your job is to show them the needle without the haystack.
Okay, so let's say you found that amazing insight and you're ready to go from exploring to explaining. How do you do it well? Well, that brings us to what I call the 5 keys to telling a great data story.
This right here is your checklist for making an effective visual. Clarity, context, focus, storytelling, and accessibility. Seriously, if you can check the box on all 5 of these, your visualization is pretty much guaranteed to land perfectly. Let's just take a quick peek at what each one is all about.
First up, clarity. This is all about being ruthlessly removing clutter. If some element like a border, a grid line, some weird 3D effect, if it doesn't add to the understanding, it's just noise. Get rid of it. Make sure every label is easy to read and every axis is scaled properly. The goal is for the chart to feel just effortless to understand. Next up, context. A number without context is totally meaningless. If I say the answer is 42, is that good? Is it bad? You have no idea. Your visual has to answer those basic questions right away. What are we even measuring here? Is it sales, clicks, what? Over what time frame? And what are the units? Are we talking dollars or percentages or people? Without that, your audience is just flying blind.
Third is focus. Please don't make your audience hunt for the main point. You're their guide. Your job is to point their eyes directly to the most important part of the story. You can use a single strong color to make a key data point pop, or add a simple text box or an arrow. You get to control exactly where they look first.
And number 4 is storytelling. A great visualization isn't just a pretty picture. It's a narrative. I want you to think about it like a tiny 3-act play. Act 1 sets the stage. Act 2 introduces a big change or a key finding. And Act 3, that reveals the conclusion, the big takeaway. You're not just showing data, you're walking the viewer through its story.
And finally, accessibility.
This one's so important. Your brilliant insight is completely useless if part of your audience can't see it. This means doing simple things, like choosing colorblind-friendly palettes, so you're not relying on just red and green to tell the story, and making sure your text is big enough for everyone to read easily. It's really just about designing for all.
So, if we keep those 5 keys in our back pocket, let's bring this all together and talk about the real, ultimate goal of all this work.
At the end of the day, your mission is really simple. You are a translator. You're taking data that's just sitting there, silent and passive, locked away in a spreadsheet, and you're giving it a voice. You're giving it a shape and a story that can actually inform people, persuade them, and even inspire them to take action. I mean, that's the true power of this skill.
So, the question I'm going to leave you with is this. Now that you're thinking about things like clarity and context and focus, what important, unexpected story is hiding in your data, just waiting for you to find it and tell it?